Not gonna lie, being a booktuber with glasses can be really annoying because of that ring light, but I can't see without my glasses. Hey guys, Ginger here, welcome back to my channel. I am pre-filming today because I have finals in 2 weeks and I have to prioritize passing my chemistry exam, and so I'm going to pre-film so I can get these up in advance and you guys still have content to see while I am working on all of that stuff. Except for my wrap-up because, well, it's not the end of April yet. So today I am doing something because my birthday is coming up and I have an Amazon wish list, and I'm not saying you guys need to buy me stuff. I just wanted to go back and look at my wish list and see what books I even have on there and what books that I really want to buy this year eventually, because the ones that I put on my wish list are ones that I really want to get eventually and read. So without further ado, let's take a good old look on my handy dandy phone and see what books I put on my wish list. Some of these I've put on because I've been like in the mood, or I just start looking for them. And the first 4 on here are Warriors books that I don't own, because if you didn't already know, that's my favorite series and I have almost all of them. So the ones that are out already that I don't own are on this list. So the first one is Crowfeather's Trial, and that's the newest super edition. And I know you guys are gonna be like, what are you even talking about? But I know, so that's what matters, right? And then the next one is Hawkwing's Journey, which is another one. And the third one on here is a series of novellas, which is Path of a Warrior. And so that's on here. And then the fourth Warriors book on here is the newest series, which is The Broken Code. And I really, really want to reread my entire series before I start this series. And I have not yet read the last book in the sixth miniseries, so I would really like to do that, but obviously I have so many other books I need to read, so I don't know if that's ever gonna happen or not, but that's in my goals, so we'll see. So moving away from those books, the next one on here I have is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and if you didn't already know, I'm a fantasy lover. So anytime that I see a fantasy being talked about on BookTube, especially by not just one person but a couple, I'm like, let's put that on my TBR. And I have Amazon Prime, so a lot of these are actually lower than the normal hardcover price. That's why I have them on my Amazon, because if I'm going to get a brand new book, I want to get it for as cheap as I can, because I like to save my money, but also I like to buy books. So it's actually only $15 on Amazon, which for as big of a book that is, that's pretty good, in my opinion at least. Okay, so the next one I have on here is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, and I've just heard great things about this book, and it's been out for a while, and it's still almost $19, so I think that it's a pretty iconic and good book if it's still that expensive. And I still don't know like everything about it, but when everyone was reading that a couple years ago, everyone was giving it great ratings, so I have it on here because it sounds really good. Coming up next is Blanca y Roja by Anna Marie McElmore, and I heard Books and Lala talking about this and how much she enjoyed it, and when she described the premise to me, it's like a fantasy magical realism kind of book, and it just sounded so good. And it's $10 on here, and it's in hardcover, and I'm sure you guys, if you watched my 25 facts about me, you know that I prefer paperbacks, but I know that a lot of these aren't coming out in paperback for a while because they're either newer releases or what have you. So I mean, considering that's only $10 for a hardcover, that's not bad. Alright, so the next one is Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake, and I have heard that this is such a hard-hitting, really makes you think kind of book, and it's usually not my thing, but at the same time, like, I've just heard so many people be like, you have to read this book, that I was like, I have to read this book. So it's on my wish list, and I always just like go back and look at my books on here and I'm like, I want to buy one. But then I'm like, I can go buy 3 books for the same price, so why don't I do that, even though they're not new releases that I really want, but it's fine. But that one is $13, so again, not bad for hardcover. The next one on here is a thriller, and that is My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. Again, Books and Lala is the reason that this is on here, because I trust her thriller recs, and thrillers and fantasies are like my top 2 favorite genres. And so when she said that she loved this book, I was like, I want to read it and see if I love it now. So that one's also $13 on here. And it just looks so good. Even when I requested it as an ARC, I didn't get it. But when I requested it, I was like, that sounds so good. So I'm really excited to read it. Okay, the next one on here I actually just bought on Thrift Books. So I actually got it for $6. So I'm super excited. And that's The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. And again, this is a fantasy series that I've heard so many good things about. And it's like, I think it's like a Russian folklore kind of spin, and oh my gosh, it's a trilogy, and I think it's already out. The 3rd book's already out, so I really want to read this book, so I'm so excited that I actually bought it, and I found it for $6 on Thrift Books because yes please, because it's $10 on Amazon, so that's still not much of a price difference, and this one is in paperback now, so I think I did get it on paperback as well. Or in paperback, so yay for me because of my paperback love. I have been wanting to do sprayed edges though, and I think that would be way more difficult on a paperback book, so that's the one issue I have. But I might just buy like a cheap hardcover to practice on. We'll see, and then maybe I'll give it away. Alright, so the next one on here is a different copy of Watership Down by Richard Adams, because you'll be seeing, hopefully, me scrolling through here. I don't know, maybe. Or I'll just put the pictures. And this cover is so pretty. And, like, I like my cover. It's just a little mass market paperback. But because of my Tales of Watership Down book is, like, so nice, I kind of want a nicer copy of Watership Down. But this copy is $9 in paperback, which isn't bad. It's not on Amazon Prime, though, so I don't know when I'd get it. I think it actually was way more expensive. Yeah, it was $13 when I added it. So, I mean, that's not bad. But that's the one thing about thrift books that kind of is annoying to me, because you don't know what cover you're going to get. And even though they have a picture there, it's not necessarily the one you're going to get. And that's what happened with my Diviners. So I really want to switch it out for the Layer of Dreams cover I have, because not having them match is driving me insane, because it's one of my favorite series. So eventually I will repurchase that book and give away my copy of the Diviners, but for now I'm just gonna have to live with it. Okay, so the next 2 books on here are the most expensive, and they are both very new and very highly recommended. So the first one on here, Allie over a Hardback Hoarder, made me decide that I had to get this because I'm going to be a biology teacher, and so I love this kind of stuff, and it is The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs, and she said that it was her favorite book from the Goodreads list, so I automatically put it on my wish list because I want it so bad now, and it's $19, so it is one of the more expensive ones on here, but it just, like, the cover is so pretty, and just that stuff interests me so much, so I just really, really want it. And the same thing with the other book that's really expensive on here, and it's $21, but considering how much hype it's been getting, I'm not surprised, and that's The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I want this book so bad. I've just heard that it is such a great adult fantasy, and I, again, am such a lover of fantasy, and it's really upsetting me that I can't read the fantasy right now because I'm focusing on school, and I have to put my schoolwork ahead of the books, which Zach and I talked about last night, and just coming to terms with that is sucky, but I know that I need to put my education first because I'll always have the books here when I have break. So I'm going to be doing fantasy reads, hopefully in May, most of them. So I'm hoping to get at least 1 or 2 adult fantasies done in May, because I will have some downtime because my summer class isn't until June. So that I'm really hoping I can do that, but we will see. But yeah, this book, I just want it so bad. So I'm hoping to ask for Amazon gift cards for my birthday. It's my 21st though, so I'm also going out, and so people are probably gonna pay for my drinks and stuff, but like I'd rather get money for books or a new car. So if I get Amazon gift cards, I think the first one I'm getting is The Priory of the Orange Tree, because I think it's my top on this list. The next one on here is Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and the only series I own, or books I own, is The Dark Shade of Magic, which I haven't even read yet. And also, right now, it's cheaper on Book Outlet. For the whole box set, it's $15. The lowest I could find when I bought mine was $30. So if you guys want this box set, I would go get it right now, because that is such a good price. And I was a little disappointed in myself I didn't wait longer, but I just wanted it so bad. So that's what happened. But Vicious, I've heard great things about as well, and so I want it, and then I can get Vengeful eventually, if I like it. So, and that's $9 on here, and that's in paperback, so that's awesome. Okay, so the next one I actually put on here because I saw it in the bookstore, and I mean, it was like $25 at the bookstore, and even though it was a signed copy, I just didn't have that much money to put down on a book, even though I was totally entranced by like the cover, the premise. It's a fantasy, and that's Black Leopard, Red Wolf, and it is the start of a trilogy, and it's by Marlon James. I've never heard of this author. I've never heard of this book until I saw it, but I was totally captivated, and I was like, I need that book. So I put it on my wish list, and it's $18, but oh my goodness, again, this is probably one of the higher up there. Just the look of it makes me want to grab it and read it right now. So that's why it's on my wish list. So the next one on here is Lifelike by Jay Kristoff, and I've just been wanting to read sci-fi, and I think that Jay Kristoff has a great personality. I follow him on Twitter. I have Storm Dancer and Nevernight on my shelf already, and because this is a sci-fi, I also have Illuminae actually, but that's by him and Amy Kristoff, or Amy Kaufman. And so I put that on there because of it being a sci-fi, and I think that he's a really good writer and author, or at least I'm hoping. I haven't read his books yet, so that's why that one's on there. And that one's $14, so that's not bad for hardcover. Pupper is in here saying hello. The next one on here is a box set actually, and the only reason I have the box set on here is because finding the original covers for this, especially in hardcover, has been so hard. I have Ruin and Rising in hardcover, and I got it for $4 because they were doing away with those covers. I kind of just put this on here in case I decide to just get rid of that cover and just get the new ones, and it's the Grisha trilogy. I like the new covers fine, but because I already have Ruin and Rising, I've kind of been stubborn in wanting to get the originals in hardcover, but that's proven really, really difficult, so that's probably not gonna happen. So I'm just kind of putting this on here in case that doesn't happen and I just decide to buy these ones. 5 books left. So the next one is Girls Burn Brighter by Soparayo. Again, this was a book that Books and Lala said was really great, and so I put it on here just purely on her recommendation, and that it's hard-hitting, and again, a book that I normally wouldn't read, but I trust her opinion, so that's why it's on here. And that one is $14 for hardcover, so not bad. The next one here, actually, Holly Hart's books made me want to read, and it's The Wolf and the Whale by Berjana Max Brodsky, and this is like a fantasy, like dealing with like myths and I think native and stuff, and that just, oh my gosh, that, I was like, yep, I need this, and she said it was so good, so I put it on here immediately, and I need to get it ASAP, and that book is $11, so that's probably like second or third on this list because it just sounds so great. It sounds so great, and I want it so bad. Okay, so the next one on here, Don't Hate Me. Don't hate me. I haven't read this yet, but I want it, and I want to read it because it has been such an influential read for everybody, and that is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Yes, I don't have this yet, and I haven't read it yet, but it is on my wish list, so I'm hoping to get it read soon, or, you know, purchase it and read it soon, but who knows. That's $15 on here for the hardcover, and I love the original cover. That's the cover I'm planning to get, so that is that one. And then the next two books go hand in hand, and they are The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King by Holly Black. I have read and loved The Cruel Prince, and I have not read yet The Wicked King, but I want to because the action and the adult politics in The Cruel Prince really intrigued me. Jude I had some issues with, but other than that, I liked the premise and the kingdom element and the the hierarchy and whatnot. So I'm really excited to read The Wicked King. And The Wicked King is $16 and The Cruel Prince is $12. So I really want them in paperback, but I know that they're not out in paperback, so I might just get them in hardcover, which I have on the wish list, and deal with it. And then the next book comes out next year, this year, doesn't it? I mean, the cover's already been revealed, so it has to be coming out soon. So those are all the books on my Amazon wish list. I have a lot, I know. I could have more, but I do try to get my books, if they're not more newer releases, I try to get them on thrift books because I can get them cheaper and so I can get more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this really chill, relaxed video of me talking about the books that I really want to buy and that are on my Amazon wish list. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what books you really want, or if you guys have an Amazon wish list, link it below and I'll check it out and keep you guys on my mind whenever I want to be giving out gifts for Christmas and whatnot. So thank you guys again for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and hit that subscribe button. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!